Hey guys, it is Chris here, and I'm here to help you document your photo memories with scrapbooking. So, I have created a super fun sketch that I love, and so we are going to, I'm just going to bring myself up here, and I'm just going to share this into my classroom. But so I have created it twice before. So I created it. So here's like what the downloadable sketch looks like. So if you need the link, just simply comment sketch and I'll send you in the right direction so you can download it after I'm finished teaching it again today. So the first time I did it, I created this super fun party time themed layout. Okay, sorry, 1 second. Here we go. Okay, nope, I can't do it from there. Sorry. Here we go. I know it looks super funny because I'm trying to just find myself here and not have volume going in any other spot. So here's the, like I said, hey gay, here's the first one that I created. So this was with party time, and this had a fun little interactive feature. So it has a flip flap on it. Here I am. There we go. Now I can shut it down. Okay, and I've got my notifications turned off today. So this was a super fun little feature. So I added a flip flap, and then this is a journaling card from the PMLs for party time. But I took a pile of the little leftover stickers and I incorporated them into my journaling, which is super cute. It turned out really, because everything coordinates, right? So it all matched. And then this is a snap set that's part of the NSD bundles from Close to My Heart, and it was perfect on there. So this was the first one that I created, and then I let you guys vote. And you got to pick between Hillside Meadows and You Are Enough. And like I said, so at first, You Are Enough was like crazy far ahead. And so there's no way I thought Hillside Cottage was going to catch up. But it literally almost caught all the way up. So I said I would come back and create a layout with Hillside Cottage. And I think you're going to see how completely different they are, even though it's all the same sketch. So I love to create sketches and work from sketches. It's kind of a little bit of a venture off from workshops. So the advantage to a workshop, obviously, is that the supplies that you order to create a workshop, you create it and you have nothing left, and it's great bang for your buck. But sketches are kind of fun to mix it up and use stuff from your stash. So, like how pretty are these flowers? Like super pretty. So this is the You Are Enough one. And there is a full video if you want to watch the whole assembly. So I made the leaves with some of the holographic paper. There's sequin centers. This is the Bluebell glitter paper. And then there's a little holographic butterfly down here on the journal box, which is so pretty. But anyway, okay, so let's start today's layout. So, like I said, I've done a series like this before. So when I recreate the sketch, I kind of want to show you a different way of using it, either a different technique or a different product highlighted. So for this one, you guys picked Hillside Cottage, so that's what we're going to do. I've got my photos printed here. So with the party time, we did stickers and stamping. So we picked I picked a coordinating stamp set and used stickers from the collection. And then with You Are Enough, I used thin cuts. And yes, thin cuts was predominantly what we used. So for today, for Hillside Cottage, I am going to use Cricut cuts. So I picked black for my background, and then the sketch has this nice little thin border here. So I've got my white that I'm going to add down onto my background. I'm going to do that first and really quickly because the white really makes the camera autofocus badly. So it's just a thin little border. So the nice thing about when I trim down the white daisy like this to give me my palette to start on, you end up with 2 strips on each side, right? 1/2-inch strips. And I use those for journaling all the time. If you look at any of my workshops, that is kind of my go-to journaling, unless I use PML cards. I really like a little 1/2-inch journaling strip. So I'm just trying to center it. And still, so I really like a little 1/2-inch journaling strip then with just like some sort of color to make it your journaling pop off. So I'm just going to do this, like I said, add my 2 backgrounds first, and then we're off to the races. So I always just throw those little 1/2-inch strips into a little pile in the back of my desk back there. They're right there. They're on top of that pile of white daisy cardstock. They just sit off to the side, and then when I need them, I can just pull out a strip and cut them to the right size. So if you wanted, you could obviously gut the back of this cardstock, the black, so that you would have the inside still to use on another project. I did that on my last video, so if you want to know how to do that, it's pretty easy, but I'm not really worried about extra, I don't know why I can't get this centered today, extra bulk on this one at all. So with the You Are Enough, I knew that it was going to have lots and lots of layers, so I wanted to make sure to take out that back piece so that I didn't have that much more weight on my layout. Okay, so we're going to start with the left-hand side. So on this side, we have this nice big panel. All the measurements are on the sketch, so you can totally just follow along. And then we're going to switch a few things up. So like I said, this is all Hillside Cottage. We're going to switch something up here. So on here, it's got shimmer trim. We're going to actually use the zip strip here, and we're going to add the shimmer trim horizontally across where the zip strip is. They're relatively close to the same size, so you could interchange them too. So I could also add just a different piece of paper, but I'm going to add the Bluebell shimmer trim there to give it just a little bit of sparkle. So just because that's what it says on the sketch, remember you can always switch things out. Okay, so this is the back side of this piece of paper from Hillside Cottage, and I thought the little yellow flowers, so the combination of how I'm going to put these papers down helps this pack to be a little more versatile, so that maybe you're not thinking so much that it has to be like rustic folk art-y. So I on purpose picked these sides of the pieces of paper to tone it down just a little bit, and these colors complemented my photographs a little bit more than the other sides. So even though it is, they are fall photos. Oops. So I'm just laying in my background pieces. And like I said, these ones I did keep them all the same, but we're going to swap out a few pieces. So, and I added in this black and white dot from the Mixins paper pack because I needed another vertical and I wanted something that had a very strong color to it. So I wanted like the black and white dots, like a striking presence to kind of tie everything all together. Because this is all kind of more whimsical. So I'm just cutting off the edges of my zip strip just on a little bit of a diagonal. And I want them to touch, just slightly touch onto the black cardstock. So the black and white dot worked perfectly for what I was trying to have happen here. So I knew I really wanted this black and white gingham zip strip to run up and down the layout. So just like that. Okay, so then I'm going to add my black and white dot. So you see how it kind of ties everything all together. So this set of mix-ins is all black and white and bluebell. So it really actually complements, I should probably get a Versamat. It very much complements this Hillside Cottage pack. And even though they're made or designed to go with both packages of paper in the idea book, I really do feel that it matches this one a little bit better for sure. It matches it a little bit better. I'm just trying to decide if we will, let's see how high we're going to put this. So these are some pictures of my daughter at the Sunflower Expo. So the other thing is too, this vertical element, horizontal element, you can move it up and down, right? Depending on the extra pieces that you wanted to add on here. If you wanted to swap out your photo sizes, then you could adjust this up or down on the layout. You could add this across the top here and do like a big title all the way across. But I'm going to add this at about, I think, the 2.5 inch mark. So like I said, I have cut pieces that coordinate from my Cricut, and I used the Hillside Cottage collection. So there's, for anybody that is not aware, there's little tiny Cricut collections now that go with each paper collection as they, hey Ginny, each paper collection as we go. So they're just kind of, they're cheaper than when we had full cartridges, and they're just kind of a little bit of a complement to go with the paper collection. So it could have a layout and then some icons, a card, and then some icons, just kind of little bits of everything. So the handy thing is, if you use up your whole sticker sheet and you still have layouts that you want to create with the paper pack, you can use them. So some of them are similar to the stickers. So I added the bluebell shimmer trim here, right, instead of the zip strip. So you can use them instead of the stickers or in addition to the stickers We might add some stickers still in here yet. So I picked a title here and it says Bloom and Grow. We're going to put half the title on the other side of the page. Don't always think that you have to have your full title all on one side too, and not every layout needs a title too, right? So this is New England Ivy. We've got, and then I offset the title just to kind of tie them all together because I wanted my title in 2 different colors. And then, so I have 2 smaller photos here, and these are both 3x4, so you can print them both on the same 4x6, so they come out together. There's lots of ways you can do that. Some of my favorites though are the Picture My Life app. That is my go-to fastest way to do that. So this is kind of how this side's coming together. I don't think I need my ink, so I'll move that out of my way. Okay, so now we're going to set up our second side so that it matches, and then we'll put all of our extra elements in here. So I have, and you're going to notice, I also have matted my photos in different colors because I wanted to bring out all the little colors that are on this yellow canary piece of paper. So I've got a New England Ivy mat, I've got 2 flamingo mats here, and then I have 2 canary mats that are going to be on the other side. So there's like 3 full-size photographs and then 2 smaller ones, but they're still full photos, they're just a smaller size. So these, even though they're 3x4s, they are full photographs. So you don't have to crop something down if you don't want to. Okay, so then we're going to follow the sketch and we're going to do this side. So I have that little yellow print on the inside to bring the 2 sides together, the little bluebell in the middle, and then the flamingo on the outside. And we're going to add our decoration over here. Then we have that same black and white dot. So, and then our zip strip, here it is. So again, I'm just cutting off the very ends, just on a diagonal. I'm not dovetailing them. I like just this clean edge sometimes, especially on something that's super, there's a huge contrast between the zip strips. So because the zip strip is black and white, if you dovetail it, you kind of lose the end, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to quickly center these down here and add them. So for whoever doesn't have the sketch and needs it, just comment sketch, and right after I'm finished, I will send you in the right direction. It's just a download, so it's super easy. I'm just gonna try and center this. So I'm just gonna actually move it over just slightly, I think, before I touch it down. And it does not have to be perfect at all. So the sketch has like your photo sizes, your mat sizes, all the paper sizes. So there we go. So the black and white dot running across, of course, running across the layout kind of ties the 2 together. And I love the little bit of the blue bell shimmer trim. So I've loved this color of the year all year long. I'm going to be sad, not going to lie, when it's gone. So again, same thing. I'm just touching one end so it's just on the end of my little skinny black frame there. Okay, and then so I just want to make sure my two sides line up and match. So I'll just move my Versamark over to this side. Okay, and I decided that I would add it at 2.5 inches. So here we go. Hopefully my second one doesn't run out, but I do have a whole drawer full, so we are good. Never too much adhesive. Now it's going to rain all weekend, so this is what I'm going to be doing. Of course, because it's a long weekend here this weekend, if you're watching live, and we've had like no rain, like none. Like we have forest fires going on, and of course as we got closer to the long weekend, here comes the rain, and it's like so dark today. It has not been like this at all. I have like every single light on in my studio right now. So there we go. So just that nice little touch of bluebell will tie everything together. Okay, so let's trim this off and then we'll look at them together. Okay, because it kind of helps you visualize it when it's all together. So you can see it's not a ton of paper. This can be one sheet of paper, and then the other can be bits and pieces. Because the sides are balanced, you don't need more than one piece of paper. I designed it so that it would work like that. Okay, so then we have our two photos. So this was like a sunflower expo that we had here last year. So you can go and there's like a sunflower maze, and then you can have like you could sit down and have a glass of wine, depending on which part of the lockdown we were on, kind of determined like the number of people that could go. I think at the point when they went, they could actually sit down and have a glass of wine. Okay, so this is how this is coming together. And we've got a nice number of photos on here. And like I said, I offset my title because I wanted it to stand out, and I picked black so that it would pull it into the outside, and then this black and white that we've got all going right across the layout. So then I had to, of course, so when I was talking before about the journaling strips, so I've got 3 sets of journaling strips here ready to go. So they're going to go like this. And then I have, so like I said, these images are the coordinating, some of the coordinating pieces, and I've altered them. So here is a little heart we're going to add down here. And then, so some of the flowers I've taken the backs off of. I really loved the fun, whimsical look of these flowers. And they're not super fussy. So, and then I thought this one, we could make it kind of look like a sunflower, this big yellow one. So there's a bluebell one. I have a ballerina one with some flamingo on top, and then I thought this kind of looks kind of like a sunflower, so we're going to do this one like that. So you can see it all coming together now. Super quick, and the sketch makes it super easy to put the whole thing together. So I think okay, so I think we're going to glue the title together before we decide for sure, but I think this is kind of what I was thinking. This one up here. So like I said, my title is not all together. I could have, if I wanted, put like bloom and put the grow right underneath, but I moved it over onto this side to kind of draw you across to the other side of the page. So now let's just put it all together. So I will add these photos to the mats, and I quite often, I do use the photo placeholders, and I just trim off 1/8 of an inch off of my photos. If you guys have watched me before, quite often I also do add the twine. We're not going to do that to this layout. But I do it quite often. So I'm just going to add these two photos down, and then we will glue our title together. And I love the fact that all three of these layouts look completely different, but they're all from exactly the same sketch. No different than when I did the 8.5 by 11 sketch, right? I did it 3 times, and they all look super different, and kind of I played with a different technique on each layout. So even though they are exactly the same, like bones, they all look really different. So here we go. I think for my title here, I have the light side of New England ivy. So I just did quite a thin layer with my offset. I didn't want, you can play around with it. I didn't want it too thick. I maybe even could have gone just a little bit thinner, but this is what we ended up with. So I think we will for sure add some more bling. I just need to decide whether we will do bluebell or we will do, I actually think we will do bluebell sequins. Okay. So I'm just adding liquid glass to, so you can see if I had just left my bloom, it would have been fine, but the little black border just kind of brings the whole thing together. So does anybody have some exciting weekend plans? As I said, this is what you see is what I will be doing this weekend. So, oops, I totally missed a piece of paper there. Whoa. Good thing liquid glass dries clear. I still am trying to get used to my new tweezers because my old tweezers would stay locked. So I think that that is part of my problem. Oh, you're going to do your album retreat layouts. Okay, so I did album retreat last weekend and I loved it. I always love it. As somebody that teaches, I love being pushed in a different direction. Okay. Yes, that's so funny. So she says it's going to snow, but she needs to pack for a retreat. So see, sometimes weather that we might not want kind of is handy for us. So, oh, that's fun. Tammy's been making decorations for her nephews, right? Turning 3, and she's been doing them for a long time. You're going to shop the flash sale in 25 minutes. Yes, Close to My Heart is having a flash sale that is starting in 25 minutes. So if you're watching live, it's in 25 minutes. So, and it's running all weekend long. So I'm just trying to decide if I should pop some of these photographs up on 3D foam tape because it's killing me not to. But I'm not sure I'm going to. So I'm going to add 3D foam tape though on my title. So those ones are down. There should be some fun things in that flash sale. So I don't think though that there's going to be an exclusive. Lots of times they do an exclusive thing for the flash sale, but I don't think they are this time. So the flash sale will last all weekend long. So if anybody needs anything. Yes, I love how the title is popping with that little bit of black. So and if you're not watching live and it's past Monday, then you missed the flash sale. So but there's going to be like some staples in there, some past monthly promotions on a discount, 6x6 albums, page protectors, all sorts of fun things. So here we go. I did debate the time of my live because of the flash sale, but I figured I will probably be close to done. Absolutely, I will respond to your comment and send you in the right direction for downloading the sketch. It's super easy. So nope, I think I'm going to do it flat. I really am dying to pop it up, but I think I'm going to do it flat because I don't know how I'm going to add my flowers in just yet. So, and I actually think I might add one more journaling strip over here after, but I will have to cut that after. So I will also take photos and upload this all after. because I think it's going to be super cute. So I'm just using the petals of this flower to kind of connect everything. And so I'm grounding it to my title, to kind of the edges of my paper. And you can see it's also touching the edge of my photograph. So it kind of brings everything together right there. Then I have the little center of the flower. Oh, maybe I should do it this way. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down and then I'm gonna pop up the whole center on a little bit of 3D foam tape. I was gonna just pop up the black one, but because there's the little lines in it, I think I'll do the 3D foam underneath. That makes more sense. So, yes, so for whoever has commented sketch, don't worry. As soon as I get off, I'll come and I'll add the link back in. It's super easy to get the sketch. You just have to comment sketch so that I know who to direct to the sketch. There we go. Maybe I should try hitting the middle of the flower though here. There we go. Okay, I really like that. Okay, so now this pink one is going right here. I'm going to do the flower flat. And like I said, this is ballerina. I wanted to have ballerina and the flamingo so that I had the 2 shades of pink. And more so than just using the 2 shades of the same color. Like the true versus the lighter side. Emmy has come into her viewing spot beside my desk. They're not very happy because it's raining outside and that's not very much fun. Okay, so then this one I'm actually going to pop the whole flower up on 3D foam tape. She is funny. She makes the biggest size. If she doesn't make any noise, she doesn't bark or anything. She cries for cookies, but she makes the biggest sigh noises. Like you totally know I would love to know what's going on in their heads sometimes. Okay, so then here's my little bluebird one. Bluebird. That's a different color. I was working yesterday on a layout and it had bluebird. And so that's probably, when I was typing up the directions, I'm assuming that's why it was sitting in my head. So I did use the paprika just for the little centers of these bluebell flowers. Okay, so I think I have now glued everything down. Okay, so we'll quickly put this side together and then we'll add, I think we're going to do bluebell sequins on here. So I'm going to add my photos in first. Yeah, I'll just leave them flat. It's killing me to just leave them flat. But that's okay. Okay, and I love that the title is 3 different like font types. So there's like the script and then just like the plain, and then this one's kind of joined together a little bit, but they're all capitals. So that is fun. I like that. So you can remember when you see that, you can do that same thing if you're creating your own title, right? To mix and match the fonts to help with a little bit of interest. So, and I love that the title goes from one side of the layout to the other. So when somebody who said they were working on their album retreat, Tara, I think. So I'm very happy to say I finished all of my album retreats. So I think it was 11 double page spreads, except for one. And that's because of the time difference. The last one did me in. So the last one on the Friday night, I have not done the foodie one. So if anybody ever has questions about album retreat and would like to ask them, I would be happy to answer them. Like I said, it's very good for me as somebody that teaches to learn from somebody different. So, and I will say, not all the time do I like everything. Absolutely not. But it is good to push me outside of my comfort zone sometimes, right? So we all get in a rut. So that's why too, that's one of the reasons I do the workshops, right? Is to help people that are maybe in a little bit of a rut, don't know what to do. So I do the designing for you, and all you have to do is cut according to the directions and assemble with the very easy step-by-step directions. So lots of people have said that even just doing like using one of my workshop guides has helped them. Oh, you're going to finish your explosion boxes. Has helped them like resurge their creativity. Sometimes it just, that's what it takes, right? Is just following somebody else's design to help you get back in the groove again. So I want my heart popped up, I know already, and I want it to kind of connect all my things over here. That's why I was holding that like that. So I did on purpose use the lighter side of the New England Ivy because I felt that with her sunflowers being a little bit lighter, the true side was just a little bit too dark. So I went with the light side to kind of soften it a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to for sure pop this up on 3D foam tape. I love that we have two heights of 3D foam tape too, the thin and the thick, so I can get all sorts of different levels. So you can see too, because the ballerina is different than the flamingo, that's where I kind of added in that second pink here. Okay, so I just have my flower cluster to finish here, and then I'll add my sequins and I'm good to go. So same thing, I'm going to add my big flower flat, and I'll pop up that center again. That worked perfectly. And I'm just leaving it slightly off the edge there. And I'm gonna have the pink flower connect her photograph into that cluster. So I'm just adding again the black right onto the circle. So like that. I'll add the 3D foam tape behind because that worked very well. I'm just going to line up my centers so they look the same from one side to the other. So this one I'm going to use to connect the title to her photo and to the cluster. And I'm going to add that on 3D foam tape. So sometimes it's all about the subtle things that you maybe don't notice, but I'm doing them very purposefully so that it all kind of comes together. So you can see now, right, it's all kind of connected. So it doesn't feel like everything's floating all over the place. These would look really cute if you added just whimsical doodles to them too. But now that they're down on 3D foam tape, I will not be doing that. But I think that it kind of changes the flower from having like that folk arty feeling if you added the doodle onto it to being like more whimsical. You guys, I think we're gonna finish even in time for everybody to go shopping if they wanted, or relatively close. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab my sequins. And we will be done. So I'm going to use the loose sequins on here because you get so much bang for your buck from the loose sequins. The glitter gems are great in their place, but I love the fact that I can use the loose sequins and kind of spread them out over lots and lots of layouts. Okay, so I'll just grab those. And I will add these on with my glue dots. So I'm just pulling off a strip of my glue dots because they're now on the opposite side. And so I'm just gonna basically now the last step I'm gonna do is I'm going to add some sequins into kind of each of the clusters. So 1, 2, and 3. You can see it's all in a triangle, right? So everything helps draw your eye from one side to the other. And the sequins are just because I can. Just because they'll add a fun little sparkle. And I'm just picking various sizes and finishes, and I'll just add them into each of my clusters. So quite often, like if I'm doing a full workshop and I'm working with sequins, I'll just do a whole long strip of these and then use them as I go. Here, just because it's just one layout, I don't need that many, right? So we can just add these in and then we are done. I love that you can use the blue, the true bluebell in here. Okay, so I think I need a few more. And then I'm done. So this is what I have for you guys this week. So if you have anything you would like to see me teach next week, let me know. I think we might play around with another sketch. I don't know if it'll be a new one or if it'll be an old one or just what, but I think that might be one of them. So Judy says, I wish they'd keep Bluebell. I don't think they will. So they won't keep Bluebell because it's a color of the year. But I will say it will be around for a while. Like, I think though it probably has done better than a lot of the color of the year. It was an excellent color of the year, I have to say. It went with so many things. So here's the left side of the page. Like, I think there's still some things that you could get in Juniper. I'm not sure if after National Scrapbooking Weekend, if there still is. But here, I'll make you down on my desk big so I can go over some of the details. But I think it'll be around for a while, even past the end of the idea book. So the last thing I am going to do, I just don't have it cut, is I'm going to add a strip exactly the same as this over on this side. This one I will put the date on. Oh, maybe I'll use a sticker instead. So let's see here. I think that's what my plan actually was. So, because I want somewhere to put the date. I don't know if I can move this flower. It's on 3D foam tape. So it has been an excellent, yeah, I might have to think about that. So my plan is I might go back to put in a matching journaling strip over here for the dates. So here is how the sketch looks. See, and like, look how they all are so different, right? I'll go backwards again one more time so you can see the other layouts that I made with the same sketch. So this is Hillside Cottage. So with this one, we use the little mini cricket collection that goes with it. So then this is the same sketch, but this is You Are Enough. Right? Like, you would never know or say, even if they were right after each other, oh my goodness, you used the same sketch on those 2 pages. And then here is the party time one, right? So, and then this one I added the flip flop here with the journaling. So if you haven't seen any of these videos and you'd like to, they all are here on my page. If you need the sketch and you don't have it, just simply comment sketch. I'm going to come back right now and I will add the downloadable link to them. But that is what I have for you guys today. And look at that, you still have 5 minutes before the flash sale starts if you are shopping for Close to My Heart products. So that is what I have for you guys today, and happy Friday. I will, like I said, take some photos of this layout once I add this in over here and upload them to my page for future reference. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.